Right, hello guys, and welcome. So, short video, just to take people through the character sheet on D&D Beyond, people in the community. This is more aimed at new players. I've learned with this system, so, I'm quite used to it now. So we'll start on the left. So your main stats, and up here you have your primary stats. Primary stats we'll call them, and all the totals. Then underneath you have your sense types. So your perception, i.e. your sight, investigation, insight. Underneath you have armor, weapons, tools, and languages. And then underneath you have proficiency in languages. Why isn't... Oh no. No, never mind. Then in the center you have all your modifiers for the different skills. Right, so you have your initiative here. So when a battle starts, you will roll initiative, you roll a d20 plus whatever that number is there. So if I roll a d20, I get 10. Add the plus 2, 12. You have your proficiency bonus, which comes in when you're using things like herbalism kit and stuff like that. Your walk speed and your armor class. Now you can get various things to add to your armor class, like shields and stuff like that. Basically, in combat, when you're fighting something, it rolls a d20. Now my armor class is 14. If it rolls a 13 on the d20, it doesn't beat my armor class, so it doesn't hit me. However, if it rolls a 14 or above, it does hit my armor class. Therefore, the hit goes through and the roll damage. Then you've got inspiration. You can click that on and off when you have DM's inspiration. You have your defenses, resistance, and immunities. Any conditions that are active. Then up the top here, you've got short and long rest. Short rest is, as you see here, at least 1 hour long, during which a character does nothing more strenuous than eat and drink and read and tend to wounds. Right, and then you've got a long rest, which is 8 hours long, which a character sleeps and performs light activity. Reading, talking, eating, standing, watching no more than 2 hours. Right? Then you've got your HP, current, max, and temporary HP. So if you want to heal, say 5, there you go. And if you want a damage, say 5, so it stays the same. There we go. There we go. I was doing minus damage. If you got temp HP, got abilities that give you temp HP, so you change that. All very, very simple. If you left click on any of these totals, it'll bring up a little thing so you can change it individually. Or if you click on max HP, you get the same thing, just in a bigger pop-up. Right, so when you reach 0 hit points, you then come on to what's called death saves. If you left click on that, you'll see failures, successes. 3 failures is dead. 3 successes, you stabilize. All you do is you just click how many you want. And there you see, I've got 2 failures, 3 successes. Yeah. If you're in this and you get healed, let's say 40. It'll bring me back to 40 HP. Right. So, the modifiers here. If you're doing something and the DM says, right, okay, give me an acrobatics check. I'll roll a d20 for the acrobatics check. Roll a d20 now. 15. So 15 plus 2, which would be 17. If I've got to do... What have we got minus in? Athletics. Roll a d20. 9. Minus 3 would be 6. So that is how you do these. And these are all like off these. So as you can see, acrobatics is dex, wisdom is animal handle is wisdom, nature is intelligence, and persuasion is charisma, stealth, dex, survival, whiz. You know, so that's what skill or your primary skills or primary stats runs off. Now on to the big one. So we'll start off with attacks. So in combat, you roll a d20. Whenever you are making an attack, you roll a d20. So we're going to attack with the frozen birch staff. So we'll roll a d20. We got 19. Almost a crit. So 19 minus 2. As you can see there, hit DC. So we've got a minus 2 hit with the frozen birch staff. So that is a 17. We hit. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll it. Windows has decided to do what I don't want it to. 1d8 plus 6. Right? However, as you can see, there's a grayed out number below. If I'm just one hand in it, it's 1d8 plus 6. If I'm using two hands, it's 1d10 plus 6. So we'll say, for instance, I'm only using one hand. So 1d8 plus 6. So we rolled 6 plus the 6 is 12. It has a 5-foot reach. So we do 12 damage. Now, I'm two-handing it now. But we want 1d10, 3. Plus 6, 9. We do 9 damage. Okay. Then underneath we've got Primal Savagery, which is a spell, right? Or it's a cantrip, should I say. Now, a cantrip is something you can use constantly, without wasting any resources. This is an attack. As you can see, it's got to hit. You left click on the spell or the cantrip or the weapon, you'll bring up the information for it. So it says here, casting time 1 action, range area, self. It does 2d10 damage, right? You channel primal magic to cause your teeth or fingernails to sharpen, ready to deliver a corrosive attack. Make a melee spell attack. See there? Melee spell attack against one target creature within 5 feet of you. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 damage. After you make your attack, your teeth and fingernails return to normal. However, it does say here, spell's damage increases by 1d10 when you reach level 5, 2d10 when you reach level 11, 3d10, 17, and 4d10, 20. Right? So I'm above level 5. So I get 2d10. So we're going to roll to hit it first. So 1d20, 10, plus 8 for the hit. We hit. So then we're going to roll 2d10. Two D10. Oops. No, that was wrong. There we go. 2. There we go. 2d10 is 9 damage. So 9 damage from that. We haven't got a plus, as you can see. We'll have a little plus next to it. We haven't got a plus. And it's acid damage, as it says there. D&D Beyond is very good. If you mouse over different things, it will, you know, it'll tell you what it is. If you're having trouble, yeah, click on it and it'll tell you exactly what it is. Right, your unarmed strike, exactly the same as the weapons. Right, now we're going to spells. Now, I've got a lot of spells on this. Right, so we'll use Druidcraft first. Right, 1 action. It's a cantrip, so I can use this as many times as I want. As long as I've got that many turns, if you know what I mean. Right, first level spells. Animal Friendship. The cast time, 1 action, range 30 foot. Components, if you don't have an arcane focus, right, it'll tell you what you need to cast the spell. Duration, 24 hours, and attack/save. So if I cast this on something, it's got to make a save against it, right? So I cast Animal Friendship on a direwolf. The direwolf then rolls a d20. It fails, so it got a 12, right? The wisdom save, 16, right? So whatever the direwolf's proficiency is, its bonus, right? It adds it to that. If it doesn't beat 16, it fails, right? And then the spell effect takes hold. Entangle, right? So I cast this 1 action, a 90 foot and a 20 foot cube. So it's within 90 feet of me and it's a 20 foot cube. Right? Duration 1 minute and it's a save again and it's a strength save this time. So I cast, okay, I cast it on a dwarf. Right? Just ambling by. I cast Entangle on him, stop him. He has to roll a strength save. So it's a d20. 12. Say he's got a +2, which would take it to 14. He still fails. So then he gets grappled. Basically, the spell effect takes form, and he's then grappled. Then you've got spells which don't need any saves and automatically go through. So for instance here, Speak with Animals, 1 action, range self. Those are your components there. So it's a verbal and it's a somatic. Right? So you've got to speak it and you've got to action it. If you can't speak at that time, you can't use the spell. Duration 10 minutes. So that spell automatically goes through. Then we've got Healing Spirit, which is 1 bonus action. This is the big difference, right? So all the other spells have been 1 action. That is your main action, right? Your bonus action is what's used after your main action. Yeah, so I can use a main action, then I can use Healing Spirit. Within 60 feet of me, and it's a 5 foot cube. And it lasts for 1 minute. Yet again, verbal and somatic. And then basically people get restored 1d6 hit points when they pass through that location. Pass without trace. This one you can cast it on yourself. It's a verbal, somatic, and it needs material, unless you've got a focus. And all a focus is just something like a spell book or a totem or something of that sort that allows you to cast spells without the material components. And basically, this will give the whole entire group plus 10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks. Right? So it's a buff. Automatically happens. What are the ones? Right, so we got Bark Skin here, which is one action and it's a touch, 1 hour duration, and whoever cast it on, their AC can't be less than 16, regardless of what type of armor they're wearing. Right? Then we've got Warden Bond. Yet again, 1 hour, touch, one action. Right? Willing creature. Notice that. Willing creature. Games +1 bonus to AC and saving throws. And has resistance to all damage. Also, each time it takes damage, you take the same amount of damage. Yeah? Call Lightning. Here's another one. Right, one action within 120 foot range of me, a 60 foot circle or sphere. No, not sphere. Cylinder. Yeah, that's the one. Verbal somatic. Lasts for 10 minutes and it's a Dex 16 save. We know what that does. This is an important one. Right. Another bonus action, self, verbal, and lasts 1 minute. Right. This buffs me. And I can turn into a primal beast or a great tree. Right? And it gives me certain bonuses. As it says there, primal beast, your walk speed increases by 10. You gain dark vision up to 120 feet. You make strength-based attack rolls with advantage. Your melee attack deals an extra 1d6 force damage on hit. Blah, 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 blah. So there we go. Right, underneath the actions tab, you have everything you can do as an action. Right, so we've got actions in combat. Attack, cast a spell, dash, disengage, dodge, grapple, help, hide, improvise, ready, search, shove, use an object. Unarmed strike. Wild shape, because I'm a druid, I can turn into an animal. Once you've used one of it, I just click it off, and then once I've had a short rest, it comes back automatically. Show you that now. Short rest. See, now disappear. 2 weapon fighting, healing spirit, bark skin, combat wild shape, goodberry, heroism, hidden step, jump, long strider, warden bond, opportunity attack. So an opportunity attack is when you're within range of someone, like say 5 foot range, depending on what weapon you've got, and something moves out of that area, right, without taking a disengage action or using an ability that stops opportunity attacks. And you can basically take a free attack on them if you haven't used your reaction. Right, then we've got Sentinel, other actions in combat, interact with object, spells, and ritual spells. Now, ritual spells normally take a certain amount of time to cast. Some take like 10 minutes, some take an hour, you know, depending. Then you've got your attacks, your actions, your bonus actions, everything that can be used as a bonus action, reactions, everything that can be used as a reaction, combat. And this is basically the way the combat goes. So you've got your attack. Yeah? Attack or action, depending what you're doing. If you don't take an attack, you take an action. Then you've got bonus action. And if something gives you the opportunity, you can use the reaction. Others. And limited use. That's like things like the hidden step, the wild shape, and stuff like that that I've only got a certain amount of. As you can see, you've got the spells. Up here it gives you your modifier, your spell attack, and your save DC. So +5 modifier to all spells. Your spell attack, which is when you're doing a melee attack with a spell. And your save DC when something's got a save against you. Yeah. Then you've got your equipment. What you've got attuned to you. If you left click on them, it'll bring up all the information about what does what. Yeah. So as you can see, hide armor, rune of Jera, rune of Birkenan, forest birch staff, tattoos of Yord. Tattoos of Yord and the frozen birch staff I'm attuned to. Features and traits. This is all the stuff about your character. So you know as a druidic secret language, you can cast prepared druid spells using wisdom as your spell. Yeah, wild shape, druid circle of the moon, combat wild shapes, circle forms. You can transform it into CR2 creatures. Furbolg magic, which is racial. So as you can see, we've gone through the class. Now we're into racial. So your class is like your druid, your ranger, you know, that sort of thing. Your race is like your Goliath, your dwarf, your elf. Yep. Hidden step, speech of beast, and then you've got feats. Now every so often when you level up, you'll get what's called a feat or an ASI word. And that's where these are. And this will tell you exactly what yours does. Like for instance, I've got Sentinel. So I can use it as one reaction. So after I've attacked, after I've done my bonus action, and the end of my turn, ended my turn, it might be somebody else's turn. When you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, creature speed becomes 0. Yeah? So if something moves away from me, I hit it, it's not going anywhere. And then you've just got, so you can change between class and race. Description is your description of your character, your personality traits, your ideals, bonds, and flaws. Now, I will say one thing to really, really keep in mind is this bit. I can get it to highlight properly. This bit here. Yeah. Remember, this is your character fundamentally. Right? This is what your character is all about. Right? Sarcasm and insults are my weapon of choice. I express affection or contempt in ways that are unfamiliar to others. I tolerate cities, but I thrive in the wild. I don't waste nature's bounty and dislike those who do. Ideals. Suspicious. I must be careful. I have no way of telling friend from foe here. Protection. Until you know what's out there, the wild can be deadly. I've got your back. Right? Bonds. My freedom is my most precious possession. I'll never let anyone take it from me again. Anyone threatening those under my charge will reap death and ruin. Flaws. If there's a choice between the easy way and the hard way is always best. Easy is for the weak and incompetent. Right? Then you've got a little bit of a background knowledge about what your character's done beforehand. Characteristics, alignment, faith, gender, hair, eyes, skin, size, age, height, weight. And then there's just a little shortcut to each. Then you've got your notes where you can add things. So say we come up against a guild, right? Just the guild, right? There you go. We've just added that. Where? So as you can see, allies, enemies, backstory, other. Yeah? And as you can see, little thing for each of them. Now new to D&D Beyond is the creatures. Because I'm a druid and I can wild shape into creatures, these are the creatures I can wild shape into. I've chose specific creatures so it fits with the campaign, it fits with the character, and these are the ones that I can change into. If I click on it, it'll bring up the character or the page for that specific animal. Now I use its stats. If you are, say, a ranger, you have a pet, it'll come up here. And that is basically it. Oh, we'll show you the long rest. In fact, no, I can't because. But if you long rest, it'll restore everything, all your HP and everything. Yep. And that is basically it, guys. It's as simple as that. The main thing that slows the game down is people not knowing where things are on your sheet. Take the time, sit down with your sheet, go through it, and look where everything is. Right? Make yourself familiar with your character sheet. One, it will make you enjoy the game 100% more when you're not like, oh, hold on a minute, I can't find, no, that's not it, no, can somebody help me here, please? You know, you'll enjoy the game a lot more, right, when the DM says, right, okay, your turn in combat, what do you do? Right, okay, oh, I'm going to hit with my frozen birch staff, I'll roll a d20 to hit, right, that's an 18, -2, 16. Do I hit? Yes. Okay, I'll roll damage. 1d8. Yeah? Familiarise yourself with your sheet. Another thing is, if you're rolling with advantage, right? Roll 2 d20s at the same time. Don't roll one and then another, unless you've only got one d20. Right? If you've only got one d20, then fine. But roll 2 d20s at the same time. And then pick the highest. Same as with disadvantage. Roll 2 d20s. Job done. And there's nothing wrong with, if you know what you're going to do, right? Like for instance me. While I'm waiting for my turn to come up, I will always think in my head of what I'm going to do next. So when it comes to my turn, 9 times out of 10, I know what I'm going to be doing. Straight away. So, if I say, right, okay, I've hit with my birch staff, that's the end of my turn. Right, okay. See, that guy's, he's a bit resistant to frost. Okay, we'll go acid damage next turn. Right, okay. Right, so I need to roll 2 d20s, right? Or I need to roll a d20, and it's 2 d10 damage. Right, okay. So it comes to my turn next. Right, okay. Instead of rolling just a d20, I'm going to roll a damage as well at the same time. Right? So I'll roll a d20 and 2 d10s. If I don't hit with a d20, the damage doesn't matter. But if I have hit, then the damage is already rolled. Yeah? So the d20 and the 2d10 rolled. So I got a 16, it hit, 2d10, 6 damage. As easy as that. It makes it a lot more fluid, it speeds up the combat, right? And it makes it a lot more fluid, a lot more enjoyable for people, because people aren't waiting 20 minutes for their turn to come round. If you know what you're doing. There's nothing worse than somebody who's been playing a while that sits there like, well, unless it's a really difficult decision, I've got to say that. Well, I don't really know what to. I could do that, but no. Yeah. Right, you've got 3 minutes, says the DM. Okay. And then they start panicking. Okay. I'll do. No, I won't. No. And everybody else is stood there like, for fuck's sake. right? Same as people who ask questions. Questions are good. Questions are good for learning, but there is a point where you've got to stop asking those questions and you've got to know it, right? Because when you're asking week after week after week after week, right, I roll this attack, but it's what? It's plus what? Plus my hit. Where's my hit? This is like week 10. Where's my hit? Where my actions are, where my attacks. I don't see it. Oh yeah, I got it. Plus 8 to hit. Right, okay. Right, so where's my damage? What damage do I roll? What dice? Where's that? Can't see it. I don't know what I'm rolling. Okay. 2d10. 2d10. You know, you see how long that takes? Rather than going in, rolling a d20 and the 2d10s. Right, okay, 16 to hit, a hit, and that's 8 damage. Done. Done. It allows you to move on with the combat. Combat's fun, but so's the RP. The longer you spend in combat, the less RP you've got. And vice versa. The more time you spend in RPing, the less time in combat you've got. So, like I say, familiarise yourself with your sheets. Get it all fucking in there. Right? And the questions that you don't need to ask. Right? You don't need to ask anything. D&D Beyond have done such a good job of making this absolute beginner friendly. Because it tells you everything. If I click on this, it tells me. Right. Frozen birch staff. Right, okay, it's a melee attack. It's reach 5 foot. Damage 1d8 plus 6 or 1d10 plus 6. It's bludgeoning. Right? It tells me there exactly what the spell does. Right? Now, off the D&D Beyond thing, there's a few other things that I've got to say. Within the groups that we do, right, it's a lot of theatre of the mind. We don't have battle maps, right? We don't have battle maps. So, for instance, battle map. Roll20 battle map. Right, that's what a battle map looks like. The little squares on it, and your characters are little pieces, and they move around, and you can see where you are. Then the game becomes too mechanical, and it takes your imagination away from it. Right? Because you're like, oh, I want to hide behind that rock. Well, that rock's not big enough. Yeah, but it looks big enough. No, it's not. Right, okay. I want to hide behind that tree. It's not a tree, it's a bush. Yeah, but it looks like a tree. Yeah, but it's not, it's a bush. Okay, then, forget that. Right, I want to hide behind this rock. It looks bigger. Okay, you can hide behind that rock. Right, okay. And then I want to shoot this guy here. You can't shoot that guy there. Why not? Because his bushes are blocking him. Okay. Okay then, I don't want to do that. I want to come over here and hide in these bushes here. Those aren't bushes, those are trees. Yeah, but those are bushes there. Yeah, but these are trees. Okay, never mind then. Right? That's what I mean, it becomes too mechanical. Right? So we do a lot of theatre of mind. With theatre of the mind, you've got to imagine in your head, and you've got to keep track in your head of where everybody is on the battlefield. Right? There's nothing worse than being in a game, right? And every turn, everybody asks, right, what's going on the battlefield? Where am I? Where is everybody? Right? There's nothing worse than that, because that takes too long. It stresses the DM out because he's got to keep on repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again. Like, for instance, Rhythmic, he has a little map next to him, which he keeps track on. Everything, where everybody is. If he's got to constantly say exactly where everybody is, it extends things a hell of a lot. Not only that, it gets fucking boring. Right? such and such moves 5 feet, right? They've only moved 5 feet. Then it comes to the next person's turn and goes, right, so where did he move to? Well, he moved 5 feet in front of him. Yeah, but where does that put him? Well, 5 feet in fucking front of him. All right, okay. Well, I want to move. I want to move up next to him, 20 feet. Well, no, because you're only 5 feet away from him. All right, okay. You know, pay attention. That's the problem, is not paying attention and letting your minds wander and focusing on other stuff and not paying attention what the hell's going on and listening. Open these. That's what we've got given them for. Yeah? Unless you're deaf, you ain't got a reason. You ain't got an excuse. Right. Enough fucking rambling. Done. Enjoy the D&D, guys. I hope this helps. If not, fuck you and go and find somebody else. I'll see you later.